Hey guys, it's Monday. I'm not going to play recorder for you today because the revolution is more important than my recorder, and don't be sad. Try to collect yourself. I want to say, number one, our city had an estimated 15 to 20,000 attendees for our peaceful protest for Black Lives Matter on Friday. And the police force here have had zero incidents regarding the rally. So congratulations and thank you all. I have to say from my point that 98% of the people that I witnessed had masks on and were trying hand sanitizer and were being as safe as they are. So those of you that are writing comments on the beautiful pictures of this monumentous event and going, oh, I guess if Black Lives Matter, then nobody's lives matter because of COVID. You know the ones. If you've read any of the comment section, you know those ones. So what I have to say to you is shut up. Sit down and shut up. Is that clear? If you have absolutely nothing to say for this revolution that is going to push us forward, you just sit down and shut up. Sit down and shut up. Awesome. Okay, so I also want to thank a lot of you that reached out to me when I asked you that question from last week, and I have decided to contact that little boy who's now in his 40s. It's a bit of an emotional roller coaster for me to write what I want to say. So I'll get there and I'll let you guys know when I'm there. But thank you so much for your just amazing kind words and your you just saying what you would want to hear. And what you felt like your kids would do. I just loved hearing from all of you and listening to all of that. So thank you so much for that. I am going to share another story with you, and I don't share these stories for any sympathy. I don't require that. I've gotten past that part in my healing journey of life. But I do appreciate that I've heard that some of you are using these videos to talk to your kids about racism. That rocks. Some of you are just educating yourselves, and that rocks too. So that's awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love all of that. So I do all of this for the little ones that come after me. That's the big reason why. Because here I go with my toilet paper again. I really don't want any more Black children or brown children or any children of color to have to do this garbage anymore. Ever. So, that's why I'm here. And also, maybe I have a bit of a selfish reason. When I leave this world, I want to be able to look at my father's ancestors in the eye. And for a long time, I didn't think I could look them in the eye because I know what they went through. Some of them were mining for diamonds as children. That's a story for another day, but I can't look at I can't look at those ancestors, those people that went through hell, and not say I didn't try my best. So that's a selfish reason. So, oh well, we're all flawed somehow, hey? So I'm going to end this video with a story again. I honestly feel like if anybody out there is a really good illustrator, let's work together to make a children's book about Miss Matthews' grade 2 because it was hell, and it'll teach a lot of racist stories. So we're going back to grade 2. And you guys know, if you've watched any of my videos, the grade 2 teacher from hell. You know what it's like to go to school every day as a 7 or 8-year-old, knowing that the person that is educating you hates you because that your skin color. They just hate you. So every day I went to school, and those of you that have little kids and you've been to their classrooms, and then they have this alphabet board up, right? Like A for apple, B for banana, C for coconut, what have you. Well, imagine going every day and seeing N for, and the derogatory way, with a horrible cartoon graphic of a black man that was so racially disgusting, I can barely remove it from my brain. And then the I for my Indigenous brothers and sisters, with another disgusting, horrible racial picture of an Indigenous man. So every day I had to look at that N and that I. Having those up there opened the door for the kids to use the word. So whether you were picking teams for skipping or hopscotch or any kind of outside recess or gym activity, we would do the eeny, meeny, miny. And I couldn't understand, because I had this talk with my dad very early. The racist talk. When you're not white, you don't get eased into that conversation. It happens as soon as you can understand words. So I knew, looking at them, that they were both wrong. I knew it. I had been taught it, and I knew it. So every day looking at it, and I didn't say anything because I just couldn't wrap my little head around the fact that this person's teaching. Other adults have been in here. Nobody's said anything. So I guess I'm wrong. I don't know. So one morning was like Shauna's last stand. I just wasn't having it. I just wasn't doing it. I sat on the stairs. I remember it very clearly. I sat on the stairs and I wouldn't put my shoes on. And those of you that are parents and you're trying to get to work in the morning and you have a little one who refuses to put their shoes on, it's extremely frustrating, is it not? I'm trying. I didn't want to put my shoes on. So I finally just blurted it out. I finally just told my mom. And immediately, the second it came out of my mouth, I wanted to put it back in my mouth because I felt like I shouldn't have said anything. So she just didn't say anything. She just said, well, she said, put your shoes on. And at that point, I was like, I'm just putting my shoes on because I don't know what's happening right now. I put my shoes on and she went and talked to my dad, and that was it. I went to school. Very shortly after the school day started, my name was called to the office. And that was like what I felt like was one of my longest walks I've ever made, because I was thinking, yep, I'm in trouble. I'm the one that's wrong here. I should have shut my mouth. I'm thinking the whole way to that office, how this is just not going to go well for me. And I look in the office and you have a white secretary talking, and a white principal talking, and a 6'4" black man not listening. My father, not listening at all to anything that they were doing this, and he wasn't doing any of that. And he just looked at me and said, "Where's your classroom?" And I just remember that moment where I thought, okay, so the principal's saying you can't just go there. And the secretary saying, "Excuse me, sir, you can't just..." And I'm thinking, I got to live with this guy, so I'm going to do what he asks me to do. Still, in my little mind, I have no idea where this is going. I walk to the classroom. He comes in the classroom. He looks at the I. He takes it right off. He looks at the N. He takes it right off. And he leaves. To tell you the truth, what happened after that, I was not privy to, being 7 or 8, right? It was not something that I was informed of. I know that if she did receive any punishment, it was very minute because she had a long career and received a promotion. So clearly they weren't worried about her. So we still don't have all of those racist thinkers out of our school divisions. They're still hanging around, but they have like higher positions of power. So the lesson of that story is we got to be mindful of that. The people that are educating your children should love all of them, all of the children that come into their room. So it was replaced. The I and the N was replaced. I think the I ended up being ice cream. And it's funny because someone said to me, you have such an articulate way of remembering these things. Those of you who have gone through childhood trauma, whether it was racial or physical or sexual trauma, of any kind of trauma, you and I can say to each other that it's like a clear movie reel that won't stop playing. You want to completely erase it from your brain, and you'd love for it to be blurry, but it won't. It plays clear, like HD clear. And I wish it didn't. But, and also, unfortunately, I'm normally able to just function as a normal human being out there in society because I'm at work, but Murder May happened, and pandemics, along with the Murder May, the filing cabinet of that trauma is wide open. So I'm reliving this while I sleep. I'm reliving this while I'm awake. I'm reliving this every time I look at the news or find out another awful racist thing is going on. So therefore, it's easy for me to comment on it. So, or to speak to it. So honestly, I can't believe she got away with it. So basically, parents and educators, if you see one of your kids' teachers is inappropriate racially, speak to that. If you speak to it, stand up, ask, this is how we're gonna keep going here. We're not finished. We've just started. So let's keep the momentum. And again, thank you. Support. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.